Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is, Liverpool have made big decision over selling special player in January. The Reds have lost 3 games in a row, and there is an element of panic in the air, with Arne Slot enduring his toughest period as manager to date. If Slot wants to add to his squad, January will be the next available chance to, but it is also important to keep hold of certain players, in terms of squad depth. Speaking to Football Insider, O'Rourke claimed that Liverpool won't be letting Joe Gomez go midway through the season, despite the centre-back being linked with a move away. It would be highly unlikely that Liverpool would consider letting Joe Gomez go, especially with their current centre-back issues, O'Rourke said. After failing to bring in Guehi, the injury to Leone was a big blow as well, so Gomez is the only other senior centre-back option available to Slot. The thing about Gomez as well is that he's so versatile. He can play at right back, left back, even in defensive midfield, which he did under Jurgen Klopp. There was obviously interest from AC Milan in the summer window. I'm sure there's still interest from some foreign clubs in Gomez as well, but Liverpool's current plight means that they can't even consider letting Gomez go. They're probably looking to bring in another centre-back, not lose a centre-back in January. So I think that'll be the current situation. The right decision for Liverpool to keep Gomez? Frankly, selling Gomez in January would feel like a bizarre decision by Liverpool, considering Giovanni Leone is already out for the season with an ACL injury. Not only that, but Ibrahima Konate's form has been poor. Virgil van Dijk needs to be managed carefully, and Marc Guehi failed to join the Reds from Crystal Palace on deadline day. Gomez can continue to be an important squad player, with Slot describing him as special last season, and if Konate doesn't improve after the international break, he could even stake a claim for partnering Van Dijk for a period. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Our second news is, will be unbeatable, 6 goals and 4 assists as club thrilled with signing from Liverpool. Liverpool are second in the Premier League, so any attempt to push a crisis situation on the club is far-fetched. That said, the Reds have been far from their best, and big summer signings haven't improved the 24-25 team. Arne Slot has appeared a little tetchy at times in recent weeks, and it appears the manager is aware all is not well. Liverpool have lost all 3 of their last 3 matches. They conceded 5 goals across the Crystal Palace, Galatasaray, and Chelsea matches, and scored just 2. Florian Wirtz, Liverpool's big money signing from the Bundesliga, is yet to register a goal or an assist. He was dropped by Slot at the weekend. A month after Wirtz arrived from Germany, Luis Diaz was going the other way to join Bayern Munich. Bild report the Colombian cost €75 million if all bonuses are met. That's around half what they previously reported was the full Wirtz fee. So far, Diaz is shining. The 28-year-old has scored 6 goals and assisted 4 times so far. Bayern Munich have won 6 from 6 Bundesliga games, scoring 25 goals and conceding 3 in the process. It's all going very well for Vincent Kompany's side, and signing Diaz from Liverpool has been a big part of that. Bild quote Bayern president Herbert Hainer as saying, "If Luis Diaz scores more goals, we'll be unbeatable." Diaz has settled in very well, on and off the pitch, since arriving from Liverpool. Bild report the attacker even clearly enjoyed himself at the Oktoberfest at the weekend. Should Bayern Munich win their first 10 Bundesliga games, they'll be the first team to have ever done so. Liverpool have made a major decision over selling a special player this January as Jurgen Klopp's side prepares for a crucial transfer window. Reports also reveal Liverpool's stance on Marc Guehi and 5 possible alternatives. Meanwhile, Xabi Alonso has made a Florian Wirtz request, and Real Madrid are keeping an eye on a key Liverpool star. Arsenal reportedly lead in integrating their new signings, while former Reds impress elsewhere with 6 goals and 4 assists. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Our third news is Arsenal ahead of Liverpool in integrating summer signings. Despite winning their first 5 Premier League games, Liverpool's shortcomings have been laid bare while Arsenal have both better integrated their summer signings and leapfrogged the Reds into top spot. Late on Saturday night, a mile from the Emirates Stadium in London, Arsenal fans were painting the town red. After enjoying a straightforward Premier League win over West Ham United, many of those in red and white shirts followed routine and flocked to drinking holes along lively Upper Street, Islington, to debrief, refresh and keep an eye on TV screens showing Liverpool at Chelsea. Arsenal supporters rarely rushed to celebrate any Chelsea success, such as the intensity of the rivalry given extra enmity by Ashley Cole's 2006 defection to Stamford Bridge. Loathing was temporarily set aside with a few whoops of glee as Esteveo's injury-time goal condemned Liverpool to a second successive Premier League loss. The champions didn't look worthy of the name. Liverpool spent £415 million, $557 million, on players, recouping £187 million/$251 million, and looked a lesser side. New signings like Alexander Isak struggled. Old reliables like Mohamed Salah were shadows of their usual commanding selves. Had the team that supposedly won the transfer window lost their momentum, so could this be Arsenal's year? I was in a Thai restaurant on Upper Street on Saturday evening watching this merriment born of hope and hops flow past. Some of those drinking in the pubs, and feasting on Liverpool's frustrations, weren't even born when Arsenal last lifted the Premier League trophy in 2004. Their elders will preach patience, knowing there's 7 months to go. But they, too, might permit themselves a stroll down memory lane along Upper Street and the open-top bus parade 21 years ago. Even the town hall got dressed up that day, cloaked in a colossal Arsenal shirt. What odds for another fitting? Liverpool's slip ensured Arsenal remain top through the international break, important psychologically for a squad which has had their fortitude, mental and physical, questioned since the Invincibles of 2004. Their belief has been bolstered by the strengthening of the squad. Arsenal invested £255 million, $342 million, and have accelerated momentum. Squads win titles, especially in the age of 5 substitutes, and nobody doubts the strength in depth of Arsenal's now. They can withstand injuries better, and also not need to hurry them back. Captain Martin Odegaard limped off against West Ham with a knee injury that will sideline him for weeks, but the arrival of £60 million, $80 million, Eberechi ensures Arsenal that subtlety of touch and creativity between the lines. The £64 million, $86 million, Victor Gyökeres is a physical, hard-working centre-forward who can score 3 Premier League goals already, fight opposing centre-backs and create space and chances for others. Martin Zubimendi. The £60 million, $80 million, midfielder, brings astute positioning, ball winning and good passing. All 3 contributed to the defeat of West Ham. When Odegaard limped off after half an hour, Zubimendi came on, Mikel Arteta pushed Declan Rice from 6 to 8, closer to ease, and Arsenal had more threat. Just as Arsenal players develop into a force capable of winning the title, so Arteta matures into a manager capable of making the right decisions that shape the destiny of trophies. Arteta's changes ensured Arsenal controlled the game. As well as Zubimendi, Arteta also sent on such hugely capable subs as Ethan Nwaneri, Mikel Merino, Gabriel Martinelli and Miles Lewis-Skelly. Arsenal already had a decent squad, now it's enhanced. Some disrespectful Arsenal fans petitioned against the signing of Noni Madueke, but he impressed before injury. Those remaining on the bench on Saturday were signings of the caliber of Christian Norgard, Christian Mosquera and Kepa Arrizabalaga. Plus Ben White, an international defender. No points are on offer for the fabled winning the transfer window. Other teams like Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur also dispute whether Arsenal did the best recruiting in the summer. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Our fourth news is Liverpool's stance on January deal for Marc Guehi revealed as 5 alternative targets are named, multiple reports. David Ornstein has shared the inside track on Liverpool's current thoughts on signing Marc Guehi in the January transfer window, having also named the 4 clubs they must battle to land the Crystal Palace star, and with reports now naming 5 alternative options the Reds are now considering instead. Big money was spent by the Premier League champions this summer as they looked to build on their first season success under Arne Slot. And while some 19 players either signed for, or left, Anfield on permanent deals, Liverpool are yet to find their best formula and go into the latest international break off the back of 3 straight losses, the worst of the Dutchman's reign so far. Despite the lavish sum spent this summer, one player who did elude the Reds was Crystal Palace's classy defensive star, Guehi, and while a fee worth £35 million, which also guaranteed the Eagles a 10% cut of any future deal, was struck, Oliver Glasner's side pulled the plug on the transfer after failing to land on a suitable replacement of their own. Guehi, though, remains on Liverpool's radar, and a recent injury to another summer recruit, Italian defender Giovanni Leone, has raised the possibility of the Reds going back in for the 26-year-old Eagles captain in January. Speaking to NBC Sports Soccer, however, Ornstein has cast doubts on whether the Reds could make a firm move in January, instead suggesting they are more likely to wait until the summer. They tried for Marc Guehi. It collapsed on deadline day, and I think Liverpool would go back in for him in the summer of 2026. I'm not expecting him to leave Crystal Palace in January. Actually, I'm not expecting Liverpool to go for a centre-back in January as things stand, he stated. Of course, these things could change, but I don't think it's a plan. While Ornstein suggests a summer move looks more likely, multiple reports over the weekend suggested Liverpool have now added 5 more names to their wishlist with regards a new central defender, including another standout Newcastle star and a Premier League defender also branded a Rolls-Royce. Liverpool linked with 5 alternatives to Marc Guehi, multiple reports. Liverpool's failure to land the 26 times capped England star has opened up the possibility of other sides gazumping the Reds for a deal. And while the Daily Express claims Chelsea will not be one of those, Ornstein says 4 big European giants are exploring a possible move to rival Liverpool. Liverpool, won't have a clear run at Guehi, because there's going to be competition perhaps from the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Manchester City. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Our 5th news is Xabi Alonso makes Florian Wirtz request, amid criticism of Liverpool star after record transfer. Liverpool midfielder Florian Wirtz has endured a slow start to life at Anfield, and it has reportedly put Real Madrid on red alert over a player they were linked with in the summer. Florian Wirtz's challenging start at Anfield has put Real Madrid on high alert, according to Spanish media. Real boss Xabi Alonso, who previously managed the German playmaker at Bayer Leverkusen, is rumored to be considering a reunion if Liverpool decide to sell their £116 million star, though there have been no indications an early sale is likely to be entertained despite his lack of goal contributions. Wirtz kicked off his English football career with an assist in the Community Shield, but hasn't managed to contribute another goal or assist in any of his 9 Premier League or Champions League appearances. That has now led to suggestions in Spain that Alonso has requested Real to keep tabs on Wirtz, despite Liverpool creating numerous opportunities and scoring in all but one of their matches. A promising start has been halted by 3 consecutive defeats across all competitions. At this point, Liverpool are being patient with the German international and appear ready to ease him into form rather than cutting their losses. He started from the bench at Chelsea on Saturday, but showed potential after replacing Connor Bradley at the beginning of the second half. Liverpool found their footing after Wirtz's introduction in the second half, leveling the score through Cody Gakpo, but failed to secure a second goal and were hit by a sucker punch as Chelsea substitute Estevao struck in the final moments. This resulted in them losing their hold on the top spot as we approached the international break. Alonso's Real Madrid, in contrast, bounced back immediately following their opening league defeat of the campaign. They beat Villarreal at home and finished the weekend at the summit of La Liga following Barcelona's loss to Sevilla, but this hasn't stood in the way of reports that Alonso wants Los Blancos hierarchy to monitor Wirtz should an exit opportunity materialize. Following Saturday's loss at Chelsea, Liverpool boss Arne Slot was questioned about whether his side was still seeking balance after a hectic summer which saw them buy and sell hundreds of millions of pounds worth of players. I think if you play the style we play, so a high press, and the style Chelsea plays, a high press, it would be a surprise if both teams, with the quality that both teams have, that they never play through your press, so that would be unrealistic, he said. Stay tuned for all the latest Liverpool transfer news, match updates, and breaking stories. Our last news: Real Madrid transfer news, Los Blancos, keeping an eye on future of Liverpool star. Real Madrid head coach Xabi Alonso has reportedly told Los Blancos to keep an eye on Liverpool star Florian Wirtz. The 22-year-old made waves on the summer transfer scene when he secured a mouth-watering £116.5 million move from Bayer Leverkusen to Anfield over the off-season. Wirtz has struggled to make an immediate impact at the home of the Premier League champions, failing to provide a goal contribution across 10 competitive appearances so far. In light of his recent issues, the Germany international was dropped by Arne Slot from the Red starting 11 for the match at Chelsea on Saturday evening. Liverpool's overall struggles continued at Stamford Bridge, where they suffered their third straight defeat following a last-minute Estevao winner. Real Madrid to keep tabs on Liverpool's Wirtz? According to Spanish outlet Defensa Central, Real Madrid are eyeing up a shocking move for a Liverpool star ahead of the 2026 windows. The report claims that Los Blancos boss Xabi Alonso is a massive admirer of Wirtz, with the pair working together at Bayer Leverkusen. It is understood that the Spanish coach has told Real Madrid to keep an eye on the situation of the 22-year-old at Anfield over the coming months. It is believed that Alonso would want Los Blancos to make a swoop for Wirtz if he is unable to settle into Liverpool life and requires an escape route. However, given the 9-figure sum paid for the player only a few months ago, Liverpool are supposedly unlikely to offload the German this season. Wirtz, Alonso reunited? Due to his less-than-ideal start to life on Merseyside, all of Wirtz's 57 professional goals have arrived in the colours of Bayer Leverkusen. Former head coach at Bayerina, Alonso was a huge part of turning the 22-year-old from a potential prodigy into a £116 million maestro. Wirtz and Alonso have history of major success together, with Bayer Leverkusen winning the Bundesliga title as Invincibles during the 2023-24 term. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.